how to determine a man's attitude towards you. In this video, we'll talk about a man's attitude towards a woman and how to understand the seriousness of his intentions and feelings based on his actions and behavior. At the beginning of this video, I want to talk about unreliable facts that women often perceive as the presence of feelings when they confuse a man's actions, which only speak about the man, with feelings of love and affection. The first unreliable fact about love and affection is competition with other men. And sometimes a woman uses this tactic. Girls like to play such games, creating competition. Either there are several men on the horizon trying to court the woman, and at that moment, the man enters into competition. And the woman sees it, and she feels it, she experiences. The light inside, meaning she understands that the man is in love. But what does competition with other men indicate? Here, the competitive moment kicks in, meaning the trophy is not as important as the competition itself. A man just wants to win, to take first place. This may indicate some feelings during the competition, but more often a man engages in this game due to his own unresolved internal issues, meaning he needs to prove something to himself. A person, a formed personality, a person who is ready for relationships and feelings. Strong relationships, serious relationships, will not play games, because any games do not lead to something real, something serious. When a man starts building a relationship with a woman out of feelings, he observes the woman just as the woman observes the man. And a man who is serious, when such competition arises, they reject the woman because he might perceive her, for example, as frivolous, or he might perceive her as a person not interested in him, and he might withdraw, even if he was starting to develop some feelings. Therefore, if you like a man, if you want a serious relationship with him and you decide to play on feelings of jealousy, it's better not to play such games. Otherwise, you might just lose a wonderful man and end up in a relationship with someone who simply loves competition. Next, second unreliable fact is beautiful courtship. Beautiful courtship most often speaks not about feelings for the woman, but about the man himself. For some men, let's say, beautiful courtship is a basic option. That is, they enjoy the process of courtship itself. And this does not mean that the man is very serious. A man can give flowers, expensive gifts, take you to a restaurant, and engage in beautiful courtship, but all of this says more about him. He enjoys the process itself. He likes the beauty of it. He likes what he creates, and that he experiences these wonderful moments. That is, he often does it for himself, seeing how the woman is happy, how she rejoices, how she is delighted with his courtship. He at that moment replenishes some of his own internal, most often deficiencies, meaning he needs it. There is also a moment when a man starts to buy a woman when there is a difference, and the man feels that the woman is better in some way, and the woman herself feels it, that there is a gap between them, and he starts to make up the difference in order to be close to her. But nothing will come out of such relationships either. Therefore, beautiful courtship is wonderful in relationships. It is wonderful when a man shows himself as a man and does something nice for a woman. But beautiful courtship does not equal bright, strong feelings. That is, pay attention. Also to, let's say, accompanying signs and your own sensations. Next, solving problems and actively participating in your life. Again, if a man rushes to solve all your problems, he is simply ready to be involved in your life 24/7, and any excess is always bad. It is never about healthy relationships, meaning that this excess must always be balanced by something, so you will always pay for what is obsessive. And if a man tries too hard, is too involved in your life, then pay closer attention to him. Perhaps he is a classic rescuer, and he asserts himself by needing to save someone. This means he won't let you make decisions on your own, won't give you the opportunity. Grow, develop, and feel that self-confidence. Most often, a rescuer deprives you of this self-confidence. Therefore, if you realize that a man is too much, too involved in your life, observe him. Perhaps he is a classic rescuer. He just needs this game. Healthy relationships are where there is balance, where each partner, each person trying to build a happy relationship has their own area of responsibility, where you make some decisions on your own. You have the right to make some decisions, do something on your own. And when you can't manage, you come for advice and ask for help. And this balance, this interaction, when people help each other, when they support one another, that is what constitutes strong, happy, and harmoniously developing relationships. When one person takes on too much, it might not be a rescuer. It could just be that the man wants to impress the woman so much that he starts overloading himself. And then what happens? Then he gets tired of it. Then he starts seeing in the woman things he would rather not see. That is, he starts to think, why am I carrying everything on my shoulders, for example, and so on over time? And this can also lead to a breakup. Therefore, it's better not to play games with an imbalance. Learn to maintain balance. So, we talked about the unreliable facts about love. Now let's talk about the language of love, about how to understand from a man's behavior that he is really serious, that he is in love and wants a relationship, a serious relationship. And the first thing is presence. Presence, what does it mean? It does not mean that a man is with you every second. This means that at any moment when you need support, you know he will indeed be there, even if he is not there, like he might be at work somewhere, fishing with friends, or somewhere else. Know that he is there, and this is on a level of feelings. Know that if you need support, that support will be there. If you need him by your side, he will be there. This is what balance is about. For example, you don't need to keep a man with you 24/7 to feel his presence. You don't hold on to a man, but know that you can count on him and rely on him in a situation where he will come to your aid. He will support you, even if he is not around. And this feeling of yours, this is the most honest truth about relationships. That is, when you feel calm inside and you understand that you can rely on him, you can count on him. Furthermore, understanding when a man understands and accepts you, when there is no emotional and physical abuse in the relationship. In other words, there is no "I said so," and that's how it will be. In other words, a man understands that you have your own feelings, your own thoughts, your own understanding of your life, and an understanding of how relationships should be built and what should be in relationships. And he doesn't try to overwhelm you, nor does he try to impose his life philosophy as the only correct one in your relationships. In other words, he understands and accepts you, accepts your feelings, your emotions, and does not try to pressure or overwhelm you. This is a huge indicator that a man truly loves and that he is genuinely developing harmonious and strong feelings. Next is support. Most important thing is that in such relationships, you do not feel indifference and coldness. That is, he doesn't sit next to you 24/7 and constantly tell you that you can do it, you'll manage, and so on and so forth. No, but you can feel that he is there, that you are important to him. There is no coldness. You don't feel like the person next to you is a stranger. You don't feel indifferent to them. It is very important to focus on your feelings at the moment when you meet someone. If you feel something, sometimes your brain kicks in and starts giving advice. So it seems to you that he is cold and indifferent, but then your brain starts saying, no, it's not really that bad. You're just imagining things. It is very important to pay attention to your own feelings. You understand that even when something is not going well in your relationships, but you do not feel indifference from the man, it means that everything is great in your relationships. Everything is going wonderfully. Relationships often go through certain stages. But if you feel that something is wrong in the relationship, if you feel his indifference, it is quite possible that you are feeling it for a reason. Next, tension. A man who is in love, who loves, who wants to be close, does not leave a woman without attention. And it doesn't have to be some crazy gifts and fireworks of emotions or surprises, no. But attention is present in your life. He knows that you like coffee in the morning, for example, making a cup for you while making his own. He meets you after work so that you don't have to walk alone, especially if you finish late, to ensure you don't get scared when it's dark outside, and to make sure nothing happens to you. That is, attention consists of those moments when a person thinks about making you more comfortable. It's not about taking something for yourself or asserting yourself at the expense of a woman, but about making her life a little easier, making her life a bit more beautiful. And often a woman also gets involved in such relationships, and she tries to make her partner's life better, a little better each day. This is the kind of attention that is very important when you realize that you really want something right now, and you do not insist, you do not force, and you do not manipulate. And a man starts doing this for you simply because he wants to do it for you. This is an important indicator in relationships. Furthermore, do not allow your personal space to be violated. This is also a very important indicator that your relationships will be strong and happy. If there is a violation of personal space in relationships, meaning some manipulations are involved, and there is abuse in the relationships, it is never about healthy relationships, and it always ultimately leads to a breakup. If a man does not allow you to violate his personal space and his boundaries are clearly defined, it only means that your boundaries and the relationship will not be violated either. And what happens here when a man has no personal boundaries, meaning he is afraid of losing, there is a strong fear of loss, and he is ready for any manipulations, for any actions of the woman, meaning she can insult him, manipulate him, do whatever she wants without thinking about his feelings. At this moment, the man might be around due to a fear of loss, a very strong fear of loss, meaning he might have developed some intense feelings and is afraid of losing. What happens next? Then, because of this fear of loss, he goes to any lengths, meaning she can manipulate him as she wants, meaning she is allowed everything. What happens next? At first, a man is very afraid of losing, but then such indifference arises, gets tired. He gets tired of his own fear. He gets tired of constantly doing things he doesn't want to do. He gets tired of what is happening in the relationships, and as a result, he feels unhappy. He is unhappy in these relationships, and naturally, a breakup follows. The man thinks, why did I need all this? I am already tired. I don't want this anymore. And so on. Therefore, if a man knows how to set personal boundaries and does not allow any manipulations towards him, does not allow himself to be treated in a way that is unacceptable to him, it is actually wonderful. Such a position of the man will allow you to build happy and strong relationships. That's all I have for this video. This was Alice Spartamskaya with you. I hope for your likes and subscriptions. Write in the comments what you would like to discuss in my new videos. And goodbye, everyone.